Okay, fam. All right, we're here. We're ready. We're ready to go. Where's my controller? There's my controller. Okay, so critically important, chat. Hello. We're playing some FIFA. We're playing some FC 26, technically. They changed it from FIFA to FC. I don't know why. But very important. So I haven't played this game. I was thinking about this while I was driving today. I was like, I have not played this game in a good long while. Last time I played this game was the night before my wedding in 2022. So May 26th, 2022. I played like one game against my former college roommate who was there. Mike is muted. Hang on, stand by. Oh, it's because we did dumb stuff. Hang on. You hear me now? Okay. 1 2 1 2 1 2. It's not Chatter's lying. Mike is not muted. Thank you. So I haven't played this game since May 26, 2022, against my former college roommate. We played one game, and then he was like, yeah, let's do something cooperative. So I have not played this game in a good long while. The last time I played this game regularly, or any FIFA regularly, was, I want to say, like 2018. I'm talking about any FIFA Handley for hire. So the last time I played any FIFA regularly was 2018. So there is some muscle memory. There's not a ton of muscle memory. And given that the World Cup is now getting, we're in the quarterfinals, we're heading to the semifinals. Now feels like a time. We're just going to play through the World Cup mode on FC26 because it was on sale last night, and I want to play it. So we're going to do it together. Here's the thing, though. So I have a controller, and controller is where all of my muscle memory is. The problem with this controller, and I just learned this today, the R1 button is broken, which is a very, very important thing for the game. So if I use the controller, I'm going to be without the ability to modify shots. I can still play, but it's not going to work as well. The alternative is I play on mouse and keyboard, which is not my best. I see your hydrate. Where I have no muscle memory. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I think what we're going to do is we're just gonna let it ride. The DoorDash new controller. The way we're going to do this is we're gonna go between the two. Anytime one of you guys remap controls, nah, we're fine. I could remap the controls, but I don't feel like taking the time to do that. So anytime we get the Kevin plays one-handed redeem tonight, we are going to switch whichever controller system I'm using. So if I'm on mouse and keyboard and Kevin plays one-handed gets redeemed, I switch to controller. If it gets switched again, I go back to mouse and keyboard. The goal here is for me to not have any sort of comfort zone while I'm playing this. That's the plan. How do I space advance? There we go. So we're just going to go back and forth and just have a silly little time playing the World Cup. My goal is to make it through the entire World Cup. We're going to start at sure. We're going to start on the lower difficulty, and I think what we're going to do is every single time that we win 2 games, we go up a difficulty level. Maybe I'll do it. I'm trying to think. How do we want to do this? Because I will stand absolutely no chance on the highest difficulty. I can probably make it through professional. I don't know that I will have a chance on world class, but you know what? We'll try it. So we're going to start on amateur. And I think that's where we're gonna do it. I know there was a JacquesZeWhipper name drop in the Natural 6 Legends of Akaroth one-shot. I did not. I have not seen that. I'll have to take a look. So we're going to start on amateur. We're going to go 2 games, bump it up to whatever the next level is. So it's going to get just basically better and harder and harder as we go through the tournament, all the way to the final, which I think will put us at probably world class. So what I might do is if we win the first 2 group stage games and we're guaranteed to move on, I might bump that up to world class just for that next game. just to get a sense for how cooked I will be, chat. Let's see how we do. And let's play. So we got France versus Iraq to start it off. Let's give it a shot and see how we do. We're starting mouse and keyboard. Remember, Kevin plays one-handed is the cue to switch. So anytime we get that, we will switch control systems, and we will see colonizer versus colonized. Yeah. I mean, that's
a game that appears highly likely to deliver in every way. Two very able teams ready for a top-class confrontation, and no one is taking anything for granted on this huge occasion.
The game
Live
is
coverage
loud.
coming your way right here on EA TV. Well, this is
settings, game settings. Audio. I thought I turned that way down, but I guess I didn't. 6. We'll keep everything right around 6 or 7. Should do it. All right, let's see.
more than a contest.
How loud,
it's a moment for heroes to
How's
stand
How's
tall
that,
on the biggest stage. Hello and welcome. I'm Derek Ray here in the commentary position, and next to me is Stuart
you don't
Robson
control with
providing analysis.
WASD.
The stage
Cool. Still loud? Jesus. Damn, FIFA, why are you so loud? We will turn it down to 3. See how that is.
It's France, and they take on Iraq.
Well, this is what it's all about.
Oh, God.
These games bring so much excitement with them. Let's hope we see both teams at their very best today.
Oh! Oh! Oh, okay. Bit much.
The first goal is always so important, so that's a waste.
Didier Deschamps. How's it going, Didier?
Being pressed here. That's what you call defending from the front. Possibilities here. Splendid block.
Oh, I can't see anything. I have no idea what I'm doing, chat.
Deflected out for a throw-in.
Is this the JacquesZeWhipper, Lucky? No. It's your mom.
Oh, fine play, and maybe it'll set something up. Electing to shoot.
Oh, I didn't want to shoot. I wanted to pass. Oh, well.
Losing possession. That's a good-looking ball.
Nope, way too much still.
But it didn't go to plan.
Oh, boy.
Well, Derek, probably the wrong technique there. It's way off target.
Well, sometimes a player is simply a natural talent. Ousmane Dembélé falls in that category. What do you expect to see from him today?
Well, no matter what defensive structure you put up, this man can destroy it with his blistering pace, both with and without the ball. He's so exhilarating to watch.
Oh, wait a minute. Opportunity. And a goal to open the score.
Kevin, goddammit.
Goal! I gotta get a goal sound. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. well, hey, we're doing great. You know, we're 14 minutes in. We already got our first goal. We're doing great.
Standing at 1-0.
And that's not knowing any of the controls. So we're going to do great.
Just the challenge that was required. Plenty of support here.
No, that's not a good pass. Oh, God. Don't slide tackle out of nowhere.
That's a good pass. Is it going to happen for Romeo?
Oh, God. I have no idea how to... Oh, Kevin plays one-handed. Done. All right, we're switching control systems. Let me make sure... I hope my microphone did not just randomly change on me. But I hope... Where? Oh God! It's still on. It's still on the mouse for some reason. Settings. How do I change? Audio redeems are also super loud. That might be. Okay, we'll turn down the desktop audio just a tiny bit. And that should do it. Nope. Also, where did my audio go? Standby. Standby. Did it switch? No. It's just being weird. Oh my God. Select sides. There we go. Boom. Boom. There we go. Yes, I want to make the change. I'm not switching teams. I'm just switching control settings. Yeah, that won't do it. I got this. We'll get there together, chat. Custom tech. I don't... Listen, this is not going to help me at all. I don't need any of this. That's Mbappe right there. We're winning it all, chat. We're going all the way with France. So very important. So I have been in a fantasy football league, American football for our international folks, for literally, God, since college. So we're going on like 15 years now. I've been in this league since then. And one of the things we always do is we figure out a really dumb way to figure out our draft order. Nah, too close. And so this year, to determine our draft order at the start of the season, what we did is every person in the league got to pick 2 World Cup teams. And because my fantasy football team sucked last year, I had the 2nd overall pick, and I got France. So the better France does in this World Cup, the better pick I get in my fantasy football league. So world football for American football. We'd love to see it. Just like that. So I need France to win the World Cup, so I have the #1 overall pick, is really what I'm saying. Next year it has to be Eurovision. So usually what I've done a couple of streams here where we've determined draft order. What we've done a lot of the time is we do an AI Royal Rumble in like WWE 2K whatever it is that year. And we basically we draft players or wrestlers, and then whoever's wrestler does the best in the Royal Rumble, that person gets their draft order picked. One year we did an AI home run derby. Another year they got to pick. Oh no! Oh no! Another year they got to pick people in Resident Evil 4 Mercenaries, and I played it on stream. We've done a whole bunch of dumb things. And this year it's the World Cup. So I got France and Senegal, which I didn't realize. I forgot they were in the same group, which had I known I probably wouldn't have picked. But I was like, you know what? I felt like Senegal might be like a dark horse candidate. So I was like, let's see. But it did not work out. So I'm down to just France. Most of us are down to one team at this point. I think the person who has Switzerland also has a team that's still in it. I forget which. Oh, Mbappe, good. I was not offsides. I was not offsides, you ho. Oh, that's some bad refereeing. I was not offsides. I'm right there. Well, we got the Argentinian refs calling this game. This is some bullshit. Hope I get Danhausen. I usually get Macho Man Randy Savage, that's the one that I really want. Oh, yeah, take him out. Boy, this computer's really bad at this level. I feel like Sun Mami, thank you, Lucky Charms, appreciate that. I feel like we're gonna have to up the difficulty after one game. So we'll do the next game after this, because this is getting a little refloppy donkey ridiculous. Yup. Oh, don't you take out Mbappe. Now it's time to start playing dirty. I learned from Paraguay. How about them Knicks? How about them Knicks? Hey, remember when I had eardrums? I don't. That said, you are right. That was very loud. So we'll turn that down just a titch more. Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. Stand by. That should do it. Okay, that should make that significantly better. I think is the computer volume also affects how loud it is. Don't pull an Elmo with the Knicks. Don't make this a thing. I can't do an Elmo voice to save my life. Oh. All right, so now that I think I fixed the other audio, I'm going to turn the game audio back up. And I went past it, and R1 doesn't work. Whippy song, duck song in a French accent. I do not want to be a chicken. I don't want to be a duck. I just want to be me. Ha, 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 ha. I don't want to be a chicken. I don't want to be a duck. I just want to
Oh
be
my
me.
God, he's so goddamn cool!
He's so cool. Je suis un cool. Except not. That's not a good word. You should not say that en français. Instead, you should say nique ta mère. It's a very good word to say in French. Nique ta mère. Ah, it took too long. I'm trying to get that like chip shot over the goalie. Right, Scipio? You know what's up. No, bad Jack. We're PG-13. We are PG-13 only en anglais. En français, c'est N17. N19. Oh. I just say NC-17. I tried. I don't know if I said it quite right. Gotta work on those crosses. Now we're just treating this like an exercise in practice. Now it's just practice. Not a game. Not a game. We talking about practice. Oh, no. That's a red? That's definitely something. Oh, he's fine. They're just warning him? All right, great. Awesome. Just murdered that man. Someone who knows soccer, tell me, is that a yellow or a red card? Because that definitely didn't feel like something that's not a card. I'm going to be real honest with you. That could be yellow at most. Oh, okay. All right. 10 shots, 4 goals. Russian ref says let him play. I'm going to say it's the Paraguay game all over again. France learned. Can we get 10? Can we get 10 in the most one-sided game of all time? That goalie has a family. Not after this game, he won't. Team management. Who's... All right, Mbappe, let's sub you off for Thuram and Olise. What position are you, Olise? Cam. We only have Akliush. So Akliush is going to go in. We gotta keep these guys fresh. You know, we gotta save them for the later games. Because the next game we're going to be on a higher difficulty. Oh! Ah! Oh. I gotta figure out the celebrations. Goalie said, "Not today, sir." And then that guy scored at the 69th minute because he knew it was up because he's French. Chat, do we just sim the rest of this game? Do we just put this game out of its misery? We still got like 20 minutes left in of the game. In real life, it's probably like 2 minutes, but I don't know. Feels like we may have started on the wrong difficulty, or I'm just the greatest FIFA player of all time. What is it? Who really knows? At some point, they got to stop celebrating, right? Yeah, at that point, you're just asking for the team to get mean. Like, has this ball even been on my side of the field this entire game? All right, yeah, we're gonna fast forward this. Sim to end. Final score 11-0. Good job, everyone. We did great. All right. Nope. This is Sim to end. Final 12-11 Iraq. I would be so mad. All right, we're going to semi-pro this time. So this is where we will stay for the next 3 games, unless like I'm just if I beat Norway, we'll stick it up. We'll go a little higher. Oh no, we're playing Norway. And will it matter? Apparently, it will not. Haaland can beat you if Haaland never touches the score or touches the ball. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm okay. Oh, there he is right there in the center. Oh, that's so cute. Murder by Mbappe. Oh, why did you run that way, my guy? Welp. Friendly reminder, chat, that making me, or the Kevin plays one-handed redeem makes me switch control settings. So I go to mouse and keyboard. Right now I'm on controller. Cursing in Norwegian. How are we doing better on the higher difficulty than we did before? Am I actually trying now? Has enough muscle memory come back? Kevin plays one-handed. There we go. Settings, game settings. Wait, select sides. Now we will make that change. Okay. Switching controllers. Let's see how I do on mouse and keyboard now. Don't know the controls here. Okay, S to slide. Slide tackle. Don't actually know how to cross the ball on mouse and keyboard. What? What did I do? Oh, he was offside. Oh. Nope, that was not what I wanted. Okay, stand by. I got to look up how to cross this ball real quick. Settings. Customize controls. A is a through ball. S is a lob pass. Okay, so S to lob. Okay, that's what we need. Those are our things. Chat, do we sim through this game as well? Do we let Haaland have some joy in this game? French are killing Norway like it's 1789. I was looking at chat and did not realize I had somehow obtained the ball. Okay, we'll take a corner. We'll take a corner. I still have no idea. Once I put this on, I just have no idea what I'm doing. Oh God, that was not what I wanted. Last 5 shots. 4 goals and then 1 that missed the goal entirely. I cannot be stopped, fam. I cannot be stopped. I'm the greatest FIFA player of all time. Greatest FIFA player ever. Literally, CPU does not stand a chance. I'm very excited. Oh, you're so fast. You got it. You're not that fast. Never mind. Oh my God, they actually got a shot on the goal. Chat, what is happening? No, screw you, Haaland. Haaland, you suck. Your song is stuck in my head at all times, and I'm very upset about it. Oh, he was getting in my way. No, why didn't you get the ball? Oh. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and sim to the end here. I am not gonna run this score out. And yeah, there we go. Done. 6-0 France. All right. Settings. We're gonna turn it up. We're gonna do one game at world class, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see how. We're gonna see how good I am. Allez les bleus. Let's go. Allez les bleus. Allez les bleus. I saw a wonderful video years ago. I think it was during like the Euro Cup of Irish fans in Paris during the game. Okay, hang on. Stand by. Let's check the settings here, because now I need to like actually do some shit. No, that's not it. We want basic controls. Right mouse button is a ground pass, lob pass, through pass, low driven shot, shoot volley header, chip shot, finesse shot, power shot. Yeah, none of this is advanced. W to protect the ball, high lob. How do I like directional run? Left shift, middle mouse button, movement? Yo. Movement. Okay, that's what I want, is how do I like skill moves? Maybe middle mouse button? Oh my god. Defending. Left shift to change player. Tackle. That's a sliding tackle. Left mouse button clearance. I don't know any of this. Yeah. Free kicks. Oh, God. Yeah, we'll see about that. All right. Well, you know, I probably didn't retain any of that information, but we're going to see what we can get out of it. Which is apparently to kick the ball very far away. That's what we got out of that. Not quite where I wanted that ball to go. Oh, Didier Deschamps. Oh, Deschamps today. Mbappe, you're so fast. That's not Mbappe. It is Mbappe. No, it's not Mbappe. Shit. Bam. They scored a goal. They scored a goal, chat. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. This is the first goal we've given up this entire World Cup. And we're not going to be able to have this. All right. It's all right. As soon as I figure out how to play on mouse and keyboard, we'll be okay. It'll be fine. We'll be good. Just gotta get my controls back. Yep. It's not WASD to move. It's the weird mouse. Nope. No. Do we want to return to controller? Yeah, that might be a good idea. We'll see. Trash talk? Listen. I don't know if I feel right trash talking Senegal while I'm playing as France. That feels... I'm not sure that feels right. I might be trash talking my own team after a little bit, though. Give it some time. Trash talk Didier. Didier, what the hell kind of name is Didier? That's just very silly. Can 25% of chat even point to Senegal on a map? I can do it because I memorized all the countries in West Africa in counterclockwise order back in 8th grade by making it into a little song because I didn't study for that test where I had to label every country in West Africa on the map. And so I made a little song that morning over breakfast, and that was how I memorized it. I memorized it by my 8:30 class. Plus Animaniacs? No, that's way too much work. No, go get the ball. Why? Guys, I'm going to need you guys to really step up this game. There you go. There you go. I should probably just let the computer handle defense because I suck at this. Oh, boy. Oh, you're so fast. You got it. Run faster. Oh, how was that not a foul? He knocked me over. Refs. Argentinian refs. Oh. Referee. So I think what we're seeing... I was about to say, if that went in, I was going to be very upset. That was a long-ass header. Where the hell was that going? Truly is the World Cup with those refs. Yeah, there you go. Oh my God, run faster. Man, I miss when they nerfed the CPU's speed and I could just run past everyone. That was so much more fun. I don't know why my guys also, like, they get up to the guy and then they just stop. Yeah, defense feels real bad. Like, my guy, can you move to where we need you to go, please? Oh, I probably have to, like, run through them. That's probably the issue. Yeah. Oh! Okay. All right. We're getting better. We're still not great. But what are you doing, computer? What are you doing? My guys. Yes, my Scipio. Yes, my boy. Chad, it might be time to go back to controller. Thank you, Beth. Settings, select sides. Oh, my Scipio. You want some food? Yeah, you want some food? You need some food? You just need that food. Come here. Come here. You're so good. You're so good. You're so good. You wanna eat that microphone? How's that taste? Does that taste good? You like that plastic? Where in the world is this little Scipio? This little boy, he is such a little cat, bro. This little cat, yeah, he is such a cat, bro. This little boy, yeah, he is just Scipio. All right, down you go, my boy. You're good. Yes, we make the change. Let's go. All right. Halftime. Back on controller. We got it this time. No, I wanted to shoot there. Ugh. All right, well, the ball control is significantly better now. I will say that. That was not where I wanted any of those balls to go. I had a plan. No. I should probably just stop trying to slide tackle literally everyone. But it's just so much fun to slide tackle them. I might still not be good on this difficulty. We'll see. Well, my ball possession is much better this round. I don't know that we're actually getting good chances out of it. Nope, that was a bad pass. That's definitely a penalty kick. That's definitely a penalty kick, and I knew it as I did it. There's a yellow card. There's the yellow card I deserved. Hydrate my French. Maybe. Like, he had it coming. You know, he knew what he did. All right. Oh, I almost had it. I even dove the right way. It's okay, chat. The comeback starts here. The comeback of Senegal against their colonizers is what it is. Okay. Hey, I should probably stop, like, just running at these guys when they have the ball because they always just juke right past me, and I think I'm 0 for 0 on getting those balls correctly.
Hello there.
Oh, hello there. Nope. Ball did not go where I wanted it to go. Ah, slid tackled him. Haha, it finally worked, chat. All right, so I guess I'm understanding why Paraguay played the way it did in all of those games. No way. No way. Where the hell was the computer on that? Chat. I don't think we're turning this one around, which does not bode well for when we get to the finals. But, you know, we're doing great. We're doing great. This is a learning experience. We don't need to win this game. It's fine. All the commentators are going to be like, yo, what the hell happened to France? I think the computer was on the other team. Yeah. My AI defenders did not do what I needed them to do. So, okay. So, we're going to set it to professional. Here's what we're going to do. I think we're going to do first half, for now, first half mouse and keyboard, second half controller. I feel like that seems to be about where I am. World class, definitely a struggle bus. Semi-pro, Norway didn't stand a chance. So we're going to give it a shot. I think we're at about, what is it, the halfway point? So we did 3 games, and then you've got round of 32, 16, quarterfinals, semifinals. Oh, no, we got one more. So we'll play this game real quick. And we'll do it to it. Actually, I guess we're going to start on controller, and then I'll switch at the half. Napoleon reinvading Egypt. Oh! Is this how it is? Is it just like really easy and then it gets impossible? Don't remind him about Australia. I'm trying to avoid the accent. Sorry, mate. It's going to happen. Ugh. Why? You said something, Dana. Why would you think anything less of me? Ugh. Terrible pass. Terrible pass. Don't pass there. No. Stop it. Queen Mab, thank you, thank you. I ever play NBA? I haven't played an NBA 2K game since probably 2008 when my roommates had it in college. Yeah, I loved the moment in Min-Max where I did an Australian accent, and one of them was like, hey, that was a pretty good Australian accent. And I was like, literally every one of my Australian fans would love to disagree with you on that one. Goal! Okay. This feels. You know, we're not scoring at will. It is a bit more of a challenge. I still feel like we're going to end this game at like 5-0. Oh, good play. All right, we're going to switch. We're going to switch to mouse and keyboard now. What I really need to figure out, this is the big thing, is how I do those, like, on controller you would do it with the right analog stick. But those, like, just like quick moves with the ball. That's what I got to figure out how to do. Oh, God. Okay, middle mouse button. Nope. Oh, that was right mouse button. Oh, the muscle memory is not there. Hey, we got a shot off on goal, chat. We're doing great. I feel like that ball didn't need to go that far, Goldie. And I switch to mouse and keyboard, and they immediately get much better. No, wrong button. Wrong button. Oh, what a shot. Ugh. It's like they know I'm on PC. Yeah, I mean, it's the thing is, so there's a couple things running that are the movement is really not. Oh, okay, that works. Never mind. Stand by, chat. Never mind. Oh, what a terrible shot.
Perfect.
Thank you. I felt it was that way too. I felt really good about that shot. I was trying to play around and like make it a like low power finesse shot, and I think I just made it a finesse shot or a chip shot instead. Is that the half? Is that the half? Trash talk of Egypt or of these? I'm going to trash talk the PC controls. This unintuitive shit. Like, just give me WASD to move. It would be so much easier that way. No, it's the mouse. Yes, I agree. What? What? I was not offsides. I was not offsides. You ho. You. No. No, I was even with him. I don't. Is it like you have to be even with any of them? We're going to trash talk these Argentinian refs is what's going to happen. Hydrate. There's no time to hydrate. We're still way too early for the hydration break. Chat. If they tie this, we got to go back. We got to go. We got to go back to controller if they score one more. Yes, the Metal Gear alert sound is exactly where we're at right now. I don't feel good, Mr. Stark. I don't feel good, Mr. Deschamps. Okay. Oh. Okay. We are going back. We are going back to the controller. And I will welcome this change, and now we will probably put up 6 more. Yeah, let's sub in Due. Well, chat, okay. All right. Note to self, only controller from here on out. We may not have the R1 button, but we do know how to control our players, and that's something. This is going just how the first invasion went. Really, really good, then really, really bad, and then squeak out. Yeah, Napoleon has left. Napoleon fucked off. Napoleon saw which way the wind was blowing. And it was behind the English sails, and he was like, nah, I'm good, bro. stop, buddy. Good stop. I don't know your name. I don't actually know any of the French players aside from Mbappe. Nope, nope. I should have just cleared that. There we go. There's a clear. There we go. There we go. Controller, we're good. Mouse and keyboard, we are not. Oh. Ah! Well, it's an exciting game. Whoever's watching this game is having a fantastic time. There has not been an ounce of defense on either side. It is 6-4. I just scored. I got off to a 3-0 victory, and then I was like, all right, I'm going to switch to mouse and keyboard. And they very quickly scored 2 goals. And I was like, cool, I'm going back to controller. I went back to controller, and they tied it. And then now, yeah, just goals. Only goals, only offense. What if 2 national teams decided to only score goals and do nothing else? Yeah. Honestly, Americans would love soccer if it were like this. Let's bring home the Rosetta Stone. Okay, that was a pretty goal. Mbappe has 4 goals. Well, we'll watch that replay. How did he do that? That's not how that works. That's like one of those like weird, like you're like, how did you actually, that's not how physics work. I could see you hitting it with the other foot, but not your left foot. He was coming in from the other side. Oh! Did I just slide tackle the goalie who was on the ground? Maybe. Okay, chat. So that's through the round of the, what is it, the round of 32? We're on to the round of 16. Germany lost to Senegal. Germany underperformed in this one as well. Okay, so who's up next? Is that the Netherlands? Okay, so First and foremost, we got you. Oh no! Oh, the USA did not do so good in this one. The USA got to play Iran in the round of 32. Did the USA win? Hang on, gotta see standings. How do I see? Show me the bracket again. That was so much easier to read. Round of 32. Okay. Mexico beat Qatar. Cote d'Ivoire. Oh, okay. Cote d'Ivoire beat South Africa, so we're playing Cote d'Ivoire next. Morocco beat Japan. Netherlands beat Brazil. Obviously, France beat Egypt. Germany beat Senegal 3-2. Saudi Arabia beat the Czech Republic, or Czechia. Colombia beat Ghana. Bosnia-Herzegovina beat Turkey. Belgium beat Norway. Oh, adios Holland. Spain beat Austria. Switzerland beat Algeria. Portugal beat Croatia. Iran beat the U.S. Oh no, Uruguay beat Argentina. What are any of these scores? What are any of these scores? None of these make sense. Like, the only score of these that makes any sense to me is Mexico, Qatar, maybe Cote d'Ivoire and South Africa, Morocco, Japan. I guess that makes sense. Netherlands, Brazil, like, doesn't make sense, but I could see it happening in a fluke. But like, oh my goodness, oh, so many of these don't make any sense. Actually, a lot of the top half makes sense. Belgium ain't beating Norway 3-0. How rude with Australia not making it in. What was the group stage? Let's see. Group stage. Group A. Mexico won 2, lost 1. Switzerland won 2, lost 1. Group C. Yeah. Oh, wow. Turkey went 3-0? Jesus. U.S. went 2-0-1. Ivory Coast 1-2. Wow, Germany only won 1 in the group stage. Japan won 2. Did anyone go? Spain won 3. Spain won in the round of 32, right? Where is Spain? Spain beat Austria. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. U.S. losing to Iran. Oh, no. U.S. would nuke Tehran in IRL if that happened. Oh, no. All right. So we're at the halfway point. We got the round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals, World Cup final. So this is going to be a point where we run a commercial. I will acquire myself another beverage. Remember, we have one more game we have 2 more games. So we go up to the highest difficulty on the last game. So we're going to keep playing on controller. I think that's what we're going to do from now on. From here on out, Kevin plays one-handed, does not switch. We're sticking with the controller, even if the goddamn R1 button doesn't work. We shall endure. I probably could map that to something, but because I have back buttons here, but alas. So I will be back. In the meantime, 3-minute commercial. Praise your chair. Praise the boy. Don't get in fights. BRB. We are back, fam. We're going to do this. We're going to... Oh, God. We're going to do something dumb. Setting cannot be changed in game. Okay, never mind. We're not going to do something dumb. we're gonna work on our we're gonna work on our fundamentals before we go up. All right. The goal for this game, indeed, goal for this game is to make sure that we got standby. Hang on. Settings, audio, game settings. I'm missing the commentary. And I would like some more stadium ambiance. There we go. No, not that guy. Not that guy. So, plan this time is to do less moo shit and do more soccer fundamentals shit. Ah, no. Should have chipped that. Oh, no. Oh, no. Clear that ball. Clear that ball. Yeah. Clear it. And hydrate my vampire? Oh. All right. Darling, we've got to win as France. You know, the French, they have such good wine, darling. Not my best pass. Oh, where's the ball? Oh, good save, goalkeeper. There we go. Am I watching much of the World Cup? I'm watching the World Cup when I have a free time to watch the World Cup. Unfortunately, I didn't get to watch today's France game because I had to rehearse. It was at 2 o'clock? 3 o'clock? It was this afternoon. They beat Morocco 2-0. 9. You should have changed the channel, darling. Darling. And it's got to be on Fox Sports, I think. Oh, that shot's not going to do anything. Okay. Oh! Almost. Almost. A little too far forward. That was a good shot. That was a good shot. All right. We have beer number 2 ready to go. Yep. We're doing great. We're doing fine. Everything's fine. We're doing fine. Definitely being a little more challenged, a bit. They are getting shots on goal now, so you know that's a positive progression. Oh. Mbappe hasn't even scored yet. What? We gotta fix that. He hasn't scored, but he's got an assist. Oh, boy. Two shots, 2 goals. Okay. I think we're at the point where we can probably do a whole bunch of subs. So let's do some subs. Got to keep him fresh for the next game. It's really important, guys. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, there's the Mbappe goal. Halftime. I was like, what? That was not a penalty. All right. Resume match. Carry on. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's a lot of orange there. Oh, way too wide. Way too wide. So if I just stay in control of Mbappe, will my computer defense do literally anything for me? Or would they just let them get close? Yeah, computer defense will not do a whole lot. Oh. Nope, nope. Love how you can hear the cameras going off as they shoot the ball. Ugh, bad pass. Ugh. Almost. Almost. All right. I think we're up 4-0. We can safely sim. Sim to end. Yeah, 4-0. Okay. Doing one more game at that level. And then we're bumping it up to the next difficulty. And we'll see if we can finish it out or if we fall in the semifinals. So we got some time. Got one more game to figure out how to play this game. Nope, that's not it. Also, I feel like, so France played Morocco, they played Cote d'Ivoire, they played Senegal. I feel like this France is just getting a lot of places that it did not historically have some great dealings with. I feel like we're just missing Algeria. Between that and the U.S. getting Iran, it's like, boy, this is the political World Cup here. It's today's game all over again. Also in the quarterfinals, I believe, actually. Oh, you were offsides, I think. If only Austria made the World Cup. That's going to be too much, I think. Oh! Not a great shot, but yeah, it's worth a shot. Do I like the band Cake? They're all right, yeah. They got a couple of bangers on them. Ugh. That was close. Yeah, they're the ones that did Oh, God. What is it? We are building a brand. We are going to and we have a hand. He is calling you, dude. Do you believe in the one true? Yeah, that song. And then also, he's going the distance. He's going for speed. He's all alone in his time of need. And then short skirt and a long jacket. All of the above. Yeah. Oh, I feel like I was offsides, but we'll see. Oh, no. I meant to chip that one. I feel like this is the longest any game has gone without scoring at this point. Oh! Nope. Nope. Oh. No, no, no! Oh no. Oh no, we are just straight up losing now. They were just playing ping pong with the crossbar. I didn't like that at all. I did not have a good time there. All right. It's time to lock in. Good slide. Yeah. Oh, this is the chance. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. I love how it keeps telling me what song is playing, even though I turned it off because it's on streamer mode. Oh. No. Terrible, terrible play. Terrible play. Our ball, let's go. Oh! Ugh. 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 I technically have one more game I'm allowed to play at this difficulty. We definitely have to go up to the next level for the final. And the way this game is... Oh, no! The way this game is going, I might keep it at this difficulty one more game. I think that might be. I'm French. Football should be easy for me. Listen, man, I haven't played FIFA consistently since 2018. What we are running on is pure muscle memory. And I was never that great when I was playing it regularly. I played it regularly for like a winter, and that was it. Too far forward. Ugh. There we go. Stop skipping cardio day. I did cardio this morning. I ran 2.5 miles. We're doing great at altitude. My cardio is fine. All right, we're gonna do some subs here. Let's get Mbappe off the field. Exchange for Thuram. Barcola off for Doué. Dembele has been doing a lot, so let's put in Cherki. Xylus, let me know how I'm pronouncing all these names. I'm sure I'm pronouncing them perfectly. Not at elevation. At elevation. 2.5 miles. It's whatever it is. 5,500 feet. And then I rehearsed at 7,000 feet. My cardio is good. So far this week, I have done 2 workouts. One was a leg day and one was a cardio day. I have been so good, I deserve a little treat. Hoping you don't die when you come to Denver in August. Red Bull helps. Red Bull and red meat. Just think red and you're good. So the Red Bull gives you vitamin D, which helps you adjust a little bit faster, and the red meat gives you iron for red blood cells. And the treat is French toast then. Great. It also occurs to me that we can totally just run out this game at this point. Jack, Red Bull gives you wings. I mean, yeah, you also need to hydrate a ton. But the Red Bull also helps with altitude initially. And it makes you less fatigued. Oh, I thought that was good. Oh, do we have 5 substitutions? If we have more, let's get Olise off. Out of substitution. Oh, okay, so it's 5 total substitutions. Great. I thought it was at 3. Which I suspect was a rule the last time I played. Which, again, I'm pretty sure was 2018. Penalty? Yeah, no. All right, we're in extra time. Yeah, that's it. That'll do it. Only +2 extra time. It hasn't been that way the entire goddamn World Cup. And consistently like 10 minutes plus. All right, we're good. Chat, are we going to do one more at the same difficulty, or are we going to raise the difficulty? What do we think? I think we're going to do one more at the same difficulty. That's where I'm at. Yeah. Semifinals. Let's see. What are we? How does it look? Oh! It's England or Germany in the finals. Belgium first. England. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. We gotta make it to the finals. 11 freaking added minutes. Exactly, right? 11 added minutes. Like, I know the hydration break adds some extra time, but holy smokes. The fries versus the fries. The semifinals of this World Cup. Fries or waffles? Raise it to ultra hard, no leg day. Where every single one of my players skips leg day and cardio day. I regret to inform you, chat, this is a game where we will be running up the score because it's Belgium. And that stupid forward guy of theirs with the really good hair.
Where's everyone going?
Hits balls
Bingo?
in the goal with his head really good. I'm upset about him. Amy G, thank you very much. Appreciate it. De Bruyne, his hair isn't that great. I forget who it was. He had some Leon S. Kennedy hair, is what he had. Hang on, let's check. Team management. Can I look at their team? I would like to look at their team. Match facts. No. Performance. Belgium. I'll know his face when I see it. That guy. That guy. Charles de Ketelaere. Yeah, that guy. He's got some Leon S. Kennedy hair now. Charles de Eldritch Horn sound. Oh! I swear to God, if he just scored on me. Okay, all right. No, he's Van Aken. Why do all their names sound Dutch? We're playing Belgium. We're not playing the Netherlands. To be fair, the other guy, yeah, his name sounds like a weird combination of French and Dutch. Oh! Dench, Frutch, yeah. The Dutch have better cheers. Yeah. That's just because their language sounds silly. Didier, what are you doing? Also, in English, that is a... Oh boy, is that a name. I need a lock on the ball button for my defenders. If I had that, I might be able to play competent defense here. Wow, he got out of the way instead of taking a dive there. I'm so proud of you. Good soccer player. Their time of possession is really starting to get annoying on me. There we go. That was not where I wanted that ball to go. Can you hear me mashing buttons? Yes. All the mash. Oh! Nope. Nope. Oh, where's that penalty? Where's that penalty, ref? That wasn't a penalty. But you got to yell at them. You got to yell at them and ask for penalties. Because then you get penalty calls later. You shouldn't. That's how it works. That's how you work the ref. Very important. It's an intrinsic part of the game. And there's halftime. Is ref the same guy? 1 minute of extra time. In the ref's defense, so we don't have nearly as much stoppage time because we don't hit the ball out very often. And then I just mash through that. There's no hydration break. And there have been surprisingly few penalties because I don't slide tackle.
My name is Ebony
Maisie?
Darkness Dementia
Maisie Jane
Ravenway,
Elizabeth
and I have
Carrollman.
long ebony black
What is
hair.
you doing, girl? Girl, what is you doing? Why did you raid the jock stream? We're playing sports ball, Maisie. I know you. You don't do the spurts. No! No! Maisie. Maisie, look what you have wrought. The Belgians scored. Listen. Maisie Jane. Maisie Jane. Listen, if France loses to Belgium as well, it's going to be all your fault. It can be all your fault, Maisie. Listen, Maisie, I haven't played this game in 10 years, and I'm about to raise the difficulty again, and I'm struggle busting on this difficulty. What am I even going to do? Yeah, I'm a big fan of their waffles. Belgian waffles are solid. How was your stream, by the way? No. Screw you, Belgium. You sang for the bulk of it? Oh, what did you sing? Did you sing songs that you thought were in French but were actually in Italian? Waiting for that. Waiting for that to come up. Waiting for that to compute. Thank you for giving me that moment, Maisie. That will never die. Crowd the keeper. Let's go. Oh. Yes, Slayer. Yes, Slayer. Listen, all I'm going to say, if the Slayer man doesn't show up on my birthday, I'm going to be very upset. Not me looking over at my wife to see how she reacted to that. Yeah, okay. That confirms my suspicions. So, my wife and I, sometimes in the morning when we're eating breakfast together, we'll play some little, like, games like Wordle or Connections. And then she will send her results over to Musical Ninja and pretend like she did it all by herself, when oftentimes I helped her with it. Not lately, because I got stuff to do. I feel like I was offsides. Was I not offsides? And so while we were doing Connections the other day, I see pop up a little message from Slayer Man. So the thing is, Slayer Man does not tell me when he's coming to my show, but he does tell my wife when he's coming to my show, so that she can like prepare and be prepared to shoot him. And boy, the way she immediately snatched up that phone. If it were anyone else, there we go. If it were anyone else, that'd be suspicious as all hell. I'd be like, my wife is having an affair with this Bikes, Beards, and Brews man. And instead, it's this dumb shit. So, yeah. Did you play your games today? No, you better go check Musical Ninja. You're almost out of time. Unless the Mini has already respawned, because the Mini likes to do that for some reason. Oh! That's how we crash the net. Could I say that the Slayer Man has made me more popular? The Slayer Man has been some of my top videos over the last couple of years, so I would not be surprised. Got purple first on Connections today? Congratulations. Oh! Oh, that's a penalty. Ref. Where's the Argentinian ref? Fix your shit. Allez les bleus. Allez les bleus. I started to tell this story earlier, and then I got distracted by playing FIFA. One of my favorite videos was just like Irish soccer fans at Euro Cup in Paris years and years ago. Of them just being just wholesome. Like in the same way that Scotland was for this World Cup in Boston. They were the same way. So it's like it cuts to them like singing on a bus or singing on a subway, and then there's a mom there with like a little baby, and she's like, "Hey, can you guys not sing so loud?" And they're like, "Oh, okay." And then they start singing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star," but in like just sweet Irish accent. So it's like "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star." Oh, I don't remember any of the words of that song. So that, oh God. And then they're like having a party after a game, and they start cheering for like the French police who got called to like monitor the party. And they're like, "Stand up for the French police. Stand up for the French police." And then the French police officer starts singing over his microphone, "Go home for the French police." So it's very fun. All right, what are we at? How much time do we have? Oh, we have so little time. All right, team management. It's time to sub everyone out. Thuram, Duet, Shaki. No. Who else? You know, Gusto, I know it's Gusto, but Gusto, he did. Oh, we're out of substitution. Sorry, Gusto, you don't get to play in this World Cup. All right, chat. We've won the last couple of games by a solid amount. How are we feeling about my chances on the hardest, or not on the hardest, but on a harder difficulty against England or Germany? How do we feel? Do we think I can make it? Do we think I can win the World Cup final? How do we feel? I mean, I'm definitely going to do it. I mean, I guess my asking is what do we think the chances are? Do I win? Do I get absolutely smoked? Germany has puns, but Sir Bellingham and Sir Kane might kill me. Nah, you got this, fam. Only plus 2 minutes. We'd love to see it. That should do it. Higher than 1%. Okay. All right. You know, I think that's a solid amount. And match. Let's go. Let's go. Advance. Who is it? Who is it? France versus England. Yes. Yes. Let's change the settings. Let's turn up the difficulty. What are we at on time? Okay, I will not change the length of the half. Okay. Oh God. No, I don't want any of this shit. No, go away. Go away, EA Sports. I'm not giving you more money. No. Return. Go away. Just let me play the game. If England, I get smoked. If Germany, you win. No. We got this, fam. Okay. Hang on. You know what? Before we do this, I got to do something real quick. Stand by. I'm going to mute my desktop audio. France is ungodly stacked in this World Cup. Yeah. Yeah, France is, so I follow @Frenchies on Instagram, and I've seen they've been, like, on the news in every, like, city they've gone to watch the World Cup. And I saw them saying that they're like, this might be the best French team we've ever had. And I was like, yeah, you know, that might be the case. Stand by. Trying to do something. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Kind of want Norway to win because of the memes. Honestly, like, I respect that. There we go. Chat is rooting for me to win for once. I guess they've seen me just like doing way too many other things. We'll get rid of that one for a little bit. Do I have to delete that? Stand by. Stand by, chat. I'm doing some stuff. We'll be right back. It's going to be worth it. go. There it is. Doing some very quick math. Okay. Chat, we're good to go. Let me unmute the desktop audio. So now that that is sorted, you may notice there are now some new sound alerts. I will let you know, they do have a limit. I made a very, very specific limit so that you can't spam them. So you're going to have to use it carefully. That said, they do exist. And we're going to do this. We're going to win the World Cup. We're going to score a goal. And it's going to be good. So, Chad, I'm trusting you for once in my life to wait for the proper time to play the sound effect. Do 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 do. Nope, don't do that. Good job. Fuck you, Harry Kane. Oh my God.
Kevin, goddammit.
Harry, goddammit, but yes. So you see, what had happened was I was over on the bench. Oh, good clear. Good clear, computer. All right, we'll take the corner. Not going to troll. I'm not going to troll. I mean, I was waiting for it. I was kind of shocked none of you trolled in that moment. That said, I am proud of you. Run near post. Oh. No, no, don't give it to England. F you, England. Oh yeah, we are in locked in mode now, chat. And I need to blink. There's no time. There's no time. There we go. There we go. Can you guys, like, computer, can you literally do anything? Can you literally do anything? They just let him just walk forward. Like, if I don't control them, hang on, we're gonna watch this rematch real quick, or replay. Where's the replay? Did I not have a replay? But they just let them walk.
Go!
Why? What the hell was the goalie doing? What the hell was that goalie doing? The goalie was just like, what if I just didn't stand in the goal at all? What the fuck is this shit? Stand by. All right. Team management. Tactics.
Kevin, goddammit.
Oh, God. Gegan pressing? What the hell? Edit tactic. Okay. Tactical no, God. What the hell am I doing? Formation, 4-3-3 attack. Build-up style. We're going to go safety first. Riskier approach to defending. There we go. We got to get some goals scored here. So that's what we're going to do for now. That's how we're going to do this. And I'm going to immediately give the ball away. How's the issue? Oh, offsides. Well, I'll close our eyes. You can drop difficulty back down. You cannot change difficulty mid-match, which is why I did not change it before this. Is it halftime already? Jesus. I will give myself one more try at this. You can restart the match, and we'll just do that. But, oh boy. It ain't looking good, fam. Like, guys, can you just not let them be wide open in the middle of the box? Okay, we're just gonna start over now. Restart. Restart. It can be fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. We're all good. We got a fresh slate now. We're fine. John Mulaney. Listen, I don't have time for these English bastards. And apparently my complete inability to pass across the board. Across the pitch. I said bitch, not bitch. Is very important. Also, apparently John Mulaney has the same exact inflection as Gronk. As the poison. The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. Poison made specifically to kill Cusco. Right. My guy, you were right there and you just stopped. You went for the ball and just stopped. My defender in Christ. Oh my God. It's like I got 2 seconds to play everything, and then the computer's got all the time in the world to play stuff. Meanwhile, they just let guys walk in. Yeah. Oh, he's got a yellow card. Let's go, James. Screw you, James. All right, this time we're doing much better. We're doing much better this time, chat. Why did Mbappe run into the goal? Oh, that's going to be a yellow card at least. Oh. Yep, yellow card on me. There we go. Rabiot. No, not there. Oh. Mbappe! Oh! All right. Oh. My guy was right there to intercept that ball and then just decided to stop. Shocked that wasn't a penalty. Halftime. Blinking, blinking. You're still playing. Don't rub your eyelids yet, buddy. Oh, where's that penalty? It's okay if I need to take a break for a minute. Absolutely not. There's no time. Gotta win. We gotta win the 100 Years' War. Ugh. Just a little off target on that shot. There's no time. There's almost 4 a.m. in France. You have to win this cup, this match before sunrise. I mean, that's sunrise in France this time of year. No. No! Oh. Yeah, it may be time to do some substitutions on our end, too. Rabiot already has a yellow card, so let's get him off for Cherky. Cherky. I swear to God, if this goes to extra time and a shootout, I am so cooked. Oh! Oh, I thought I had it there. I thought I had it there. I need someone who is 6'5", who can get headers for me on those corner kicks. That's what I need. In the same way that Abby Wambach was just that person for the U.S. women's team. And, you know, Haaland is that guy. You just need someone really, really tall and use their head. What? What? Oh, okay. I was going to say, I was like, there's no way that that was a foul by me. Yellow card. Screw you. Screw you, England. This is what you get. This is what you get. All right. So I need Haaland. I do need Haaland. This would be so much easier if I were Norway. Except not, because France is better. Oh, Mbappe, you messed it up. No! Oh! God damn it. We are at 85 minutes and still scoreless. I am shocked I've kept them scoreless. I'm not shocked I haven't scored, although I do feel like I should have scored by now. Scoring, I feel like, is usually easier than playing defense. that the end of the half? Oh, that was going to be such a good chance to score. Okay. All right. Extra time. Extra time. Let's get all the fresh legs in there. No! No! God damn it. All right, alas. Okay. Now, why would you do that? Hey, could someone who knows soccer tell me how long extra time goes? Two times 15 minutes. Don't love that. Also, don't love how they're just all faster than me. Okay, all right. We'll get quicker. Listen, I've been skipping. Apparently, all my players have been skipping leg day and skipping cardio day. Now, this is, I mean, so at the end of the day, this is the problem with sports games like this. At a certain point, you can only make the computers so smart, so to make them more of a challenge, you just have to give them unfair advantages. In this case, that being that they are just all faster than you, even the folks that should not be faster than you. No, I didn't want to go to that guy. Offsides? Offsides. Okay. Let's go! With like a minute left. Ugh. Okay, let's get one more. Just need one more. That's not where I wanted that ball. Doesn't matter. Shootout time, fam. Shootout time. And France is really good at shootouts. So we're going to be great. We got this. We totally got this. Step 1, aim. Not a great time when it's teaching you the tutorial for shootouts in the World Cup. Until it's at the smallest point. Oh, I guessed right too. Oh, did he get it off the crossbar? Let's go. All right, chat, we got this. Just one more, and we got it. Let's go! This is to win it. This is to win it. Oh, God. Oh, that's too much. No, it's not! Allons, enfants de la patrie, le jour de gloire est arrivé. Contre nous de la tyrannie, l'étendard sanglant élevé, l'étendard sanglant élevé. Entendez-vous dans les campagnes mugir les féroces soldats? Ils viennent jusque dans nos bras, égorger nos fils, nos campagnes. Aux armes, mes citoyens, formez vos bataillons. Marcherons, marcherons, qu'un sang impur abreuve nos sillons. All right, my friends, that is where we're going to call it. I did have to restart to win. Listen, Amy, that didn't. It's fine. We're all good. We're all good. My friends, that's what we're going to call it. Thanks to our mods tonight, Amy G, Musical Ninja, Allison, and also, of course, Xylus, who was here, despite actually being in French, you know, like you do. Thanks for stopping on by, guys. We're just going to end the stream there. Thank you, guys. We will see you guys. When will we see you again? Not next week, because we're going to be driving next week. Chance of next Thursday, so a week from tonight. But keep an eye on the Discord. We will keep an eye. Definitely not next Tuesday. In the meantime, thank you, guys. We'll see you next time. Cheers. Good night.